you go to bed, you're hoping to, fall asleep quickly, get a good night's sleep, and then you start thinking about stuff. You start thinking about, why is Jack watching too much TV? Does he love me? Does he want to be with me? Is he looking at other women? Am I not, or from the other perspective, you could say, oh, is Rose cheating on me? Is she going after that rich guy on the ship? Is she gonna prefer him over me? I know they're like husband and wife or something. Just thinking about stuff like that. I got to do the dishes tomorrow. I got to do the laundry. I'm so stressed out about everything I have to do. There's a lot of icebergs around here. The ship might hit one, but I just suggest Jack and Rose don't worry about that because you know what? The iceberg is out of your control. But you know what? It's not that easy to just simply stop worrying, and actually, it's a nutritional and physiological response. And my intro just started playing in my ears, which makes me feel like I have to yell more because I can't hear myself because I put the intro in the wrong place. Sorry about that. I know you guys couldn't hear that. But yeah, my bad. I just messed up on my editing here. So today we're talking about sleep and we're talking about cookware. I know, two completely different topics that are unrelated, but this is going to be a short episode, so I figured I'd give you two awesome short tips on today's episode. So this one's going to be about sleep. I'm going to give you two easy strategies that will totally improve your sleep tenfold. I'm also going to tell you about some cookware and what to use that was better to use to avoid carcinogenic, cancer-causing chemicals, and which ones you could stay away from. So this is an episode of the Health Humor Love. This is an episode of the Health Humor Life podcast with the Short Simple Health themed. Let's go right now.
You're now listening to the Short Simple Health Solutions podcast. Based on logic, science, and real-life experiences, we keep it simple and lightning fast for you to view, so you can have an instant health breakthrough. Hosted by health, fat loss, and professional transformation coach, Matt Michael. Your next Short Simple Health solution starts right now.
This episode of the Health Humor Life podcast with the Short Simple Health Solutions theme is brought to you by the Lean Sweet Queen program for ladies. Lose up to 9 pounds in 21 days and beyond while eating desserts every single day and learning how to do this in a healthy way. You can get a free startup weight loss guide, as well as see many of the testimonials at fitnutritcommit.com/lean sweet queen. That's FITNUTRITCOMMIT.com/lean sweet queen. It's an awesome program. Many ladies enjoy it, and that is this show's sponsor. Get a free guide at that website. Now, you may have heard me say today's episode is going to have a short, simple health theme. So this is kind of the new direction we're going with the podcast. We're back to the Health Humor Life because you know what? There's more to life than just your health. And yes, it's very important. We're going to be doing health topics all the time. But we also want to do a lot of, spiritual topics. We want to do some entertainment topics. So you guys are going to see stuff like, let me tell you about a few episodes we got coming up here. We get an episode with Jackson Wheeler, who's actually a porn star, and his girlfriend Sully Savage. So they are quite the interesting look into not only the porn industry, but I actually know Jackson personally, and we have actually a history where we discuss steroid usage. So you guys will hear a lot of my own personal history with steroids, what happened to me from it, what I learned from it, and why I would never do it again. That episode is coming up very soon. You'll also hear into Jackson Wheeler's personal life, what his newest ventures are. This interview was recorded a few months back, but it's just being posted for the first time right now. We're also going to be I've also got an interview in the can with a woman named Zion Zeta, who is very spiritual. She's a spiritual teacher. She's an artist. And the ironic thing about her, which is going to blow some people away, is that she was actually experienced alien abduction. So she's one, if any of you have followed these kind of things, there's one of thousands upon thousands of people with these type of experiences. So what's actually behind it, we don't know, but she's a very interesting person, and she's going to be an amazing interview with an amazing story to hear. Lastly, we have an entertainment episode coming up that's in the can, and that's with a woman named Shafanda LaRonda Jones. She is hilarious, let me tell you right now. And if you guys want a preview of Shafanda LaRonda Jones, you can check it out on our YouTube at youtube.com/thatfitnessguy. She is hilarious. I really don't have anything to say about it right now, but if you stay tuned to future episodes, I will give you guys a preview of what you can expect on that episode. Pure comedy entertainment. So that's kind of the direction we're going with Health Humor Life. We're still going to have some of these short, simple health episodes, but I wanted to broaden the horizons and make it more kind of entertaining and just be able to talk about more than just plain old health. You know what I mean? There's enough people that do that out there. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Talk about some crazy controversial topics we're going to have. So the three major themes of this podcast are going to be short, simple health, conversations of the open mind, and of course, the Health Humor Life entertainment portion of it. Sometimes, we'll use different theme music and all that fun stuff. But today, let's jump right into what we're talking about here. And that is how to improve your sleep right away. Okay? So the one thing, I wanted to go over two things today. There's many things you can do to help your sleep. I'm going to go over two of them that have helped me the most. And, I suggest, and, if you're anything like Jack and Rose, as I talked about at the beginning, where they're sitting up ruminating about each other, ruminating about potential happenings, these two things are going to help you. So the first one I'm going to talk about is magnesium. Now, I've talked about magnesium in the past for anxiety, which also is almost an anxiety cure. Like, I need to write a book about this stuff because it's crazy. But the catch is you need to keep up with it. You need to treat it like a medication. So anxiety, magnesium, 400, 500 milligrams a day is what most holistic doctors say. And taking that every single day, you'll slowly decrease your magnesium. Did I just say decrease your magnesium? That's the complete opposite of what we want to do. You increase your magnesium levels in the body, and therefore your anxiety will keep going down and down. Why does this work? Because we have way too much calcium in our diet and not enough magnesium, and it's virtually impossible to get enough magnesium in our food to catch our body up and to maintain levels. So as much as I wish I could say you could get it from food, it's very, very, very difficult. So don't underestimate the power of natural medicine. I feel like a lot of us kind of get caught up in thinking drugs are more powerful. It's because, honestly, if we don't take a pharmaceutical drug, we're going to feel like the negative impact right away. You know what I mean? If we're not taking, a herbal natural medicine, we're not going to feel that impact right away. And I feel like that's why a lot of people don't keep up natural things as well. You also have to be more patient with natural things because the effect is not like a drug where you feel it instantly. It's more of a longer-term effect over time. On that note, with magnesium, you can get a magnesium powder, and that's actually in the guide on newageholistichealth.com, healthymylife.com, whichever one you type in, the homepage. It's in the guide on magnesium, or in the guide that I have set up there with miscellaneous ailments of how I cure myself or whatever, which you guys can get for free on that website. And what it says, I'm losing my train of thought here. You can use a powdered magnesium, and you can feel the effect of magnesium instantly, okay? It's almost like the more you take, the more you feel it, okay? I took it when I went skydiving. No anxiety from that. I took a lot. Same thing with my wrestling match. It kind of takes away your adrenaline, but it also takes away when you're really stressed out. It really calms you down. It's crazy how well it works. You want to be careful not to have too much. Like nothing, super drastic usually happens where it's, life-threatening or anything like that. You just may go to the bathroom or just feel like a little weird if you take too much of it. But in all honesty, we are very deficient as a society in this, and almost every single person in society is deficient in magnesium. So how does magnesium help with your sleep? Well, think about it. If you're not as anxious over time, you're not going to be ruminating and worrying about every little thing. Okay, so the more magnesium in your body, this is going to help your sleep immensely. A lot of people have taken magnesium in the past right before bed, and even that alone just helps them get a better night's sleep. So magnesium is one of those things you can't just take once. You have to keep up with, just like any normal medication. You have to keep it up. But in summary, if you do get the powder, you will feel it instantly, and I highly recommend it because sometimes we have a hard time maintaining and keeping up with things because we don't necessarily completely believe that it's actually going to help us. But trust me, you try the magnesium powder. It's the calm drink powder. You can get on Amazon or wherever. And you'll feel that instantly. And if you don't, you can take a little bit more of it and you can really feel it. It really calms you down. It works miracles. If we had enough magnesium in our society, if everybody got enough, we would not be as stressed and anxious of a society as we have been. And I don't know why it's taken people so long to figure out that this is such an easy solution. But this is why I'm sharing this and emphasizing this, and this won't be the last time I say this. So you take this before bed. It'll slow your thoughts down. It'll relax you. It'll calm you. I also use GABA myself. I use a combination that's very calming as well. The main thing I wanted to get into, aside from the nutritional part, is something very easy and something you can do right now without buying anything, and that's a nightly sleep meditation. And literally all you have to do in order to do this is go on YouTube on your phone or wherever on a stereo, and you type in sleep meditation. However long you want it to go for it. I have it go all night, so 8 hours. 8-hour deep sleep meditation is what I search for. And that puts me right out. It makes me sleep like a baby. I remember my dreams way more. It's amazing. Some people don't like it because they feel really groggy in the morning, but if that's the case, you can just put it on for 3 hours, find a short one, an hour, 3-hour one. I like the 8-hour ones because although, I don't notice a difference of feeling, more groggy in the morning. Maybe it's because I'm used to it now or you get used to it, but either way, I'm going to feel about the same when I wake up in the morning. But this just helps you get a more deeper, relaxed sleep. And you can even choose them based on goals. So sometimes they have, negative energy releasing sleep meditation where you can eliminate all your negative energy, and they have stress elimination. So depending on, your spiritual beliefs and everything, regardless of what negative energy it is, whether it's in your household, in your room, or if it's just in your mind with stress, it really helps a lot. I wake up feeling way better about just everything, less stressed out. And you can also go the opposite route where they have sound frequencies that are for positive energy. And all you have to do for this is search positive energy, deep sleep meditation. So anything you want to try, kind of experiment for yourself, these help immensely. If you just want help with sleep, just simply search deep sleep meditation. So that's a task for that. That's a task I want you to go. This is your homework to try this tonight. Let's experiment with it. Try it a few times. See if it works for you. But with the magnesium, and if you want to add the GABA and this will definitely improve sleep tenfold for barely any money, if any at all, really. Magnesium's pretty cheap. So topic number 2 in this wonderful podcast of the Short Simple Health, Humor Life podcast is to talk about cookware. Since the sleep was a relatively short one. I decided that I want to get into cookware. So I've been looking at, replacing my cookware as of late, and this got me to do more research on the different types of pans and cookware and everything out there. So let me just go over a few tidbits here about the dangers of cookware and why it causes these dangers, etc. So non-stick cookware, which most of us probably use, is by far one of the most concerning forms of cookware. So in just a few minutes on a conventional stovetop, non-stick cookware containing chemicals can exceed temperatures that cause a breakdown in its coating and hence the release of toxic particles and gases linked to human illnesses. Aluminum cookware is known for being highly reactive and leaching into food. So I would avoid cookware with any type of aluminum as a cooking surface or any type of non-stick surface. So there's a few other ones like that, and that's because the aluminum can seep into our food over time, okay? And this isn't going to just by itself just make you get cancer or make you get all these diseases, but it will definitely be a contributor. So when we get cancer and different types of diseases, it's oftentimes just like a catastrophic storm of crap we're putting in our body. Nutritionally, potentially from vaccines, from some of the, not necessarily the vaccines themselves, but the added chemicals in the vaccines can contribute to cancer. And, not to get off topic here, but, I'm not completely against vaccines, but however, I'm definitely for vaccine safety, and there has definitely been some very adverse effects in people from those. So I would do your research and be cautious before choosing which vaccines you want to get. Research the ingredients and everything. That's something that they don't tell you at the hospital that you have to look up yourself. You can request it from a doctor, but a lot of times they'll give you kind of a hard time. But I highly recommend at least being cautious with the ingredients in some of the vaccines and researching it before you get it. Okay, so sometimes these chemicals in our food from the pans can cause things like child developmental delays. There's some claims that say it can increase cholesterol and, most importantly, neurotoxicity. So aluminum is often used in cookware because it's able to conduct heat quickly. So what's the problem? Aluminum can leach very easily, especially when it is exposed to heat and or acidic food. So it can leach onto other things and be brought into the body. And that's the problem in vaccines too, because aluminum is in some of the vaccines. And that's even worse because it's going injected directly into your body, where there's not your digestive system and everything else there to kind of filter it out. So that's the caution with that. Not going to get off topic much more than that. And also, some of the cookware has been known to cause thyroid issues, some liver inflammation, weakened immune system, allergies, sometimes flu-like symptoms, and even the last one on the list here is cancer. So any type of neurochemical, you can look up many of these, aluminum being one of them, this can cause these kinds of things. So the next question is, what are the best types of cookware to use? Number one is cast iron. So if we went back about 100 years ago, we'd find that most people using non-toxic cookware in the form of cast iron pots and pans on a daily basis. They use these on a daily basis. So cast iron cookware is an old-fashioned favorite. Many health experts agree it's one of the easiest cooking options available. So that's what I'll be getting, the cast iron cookware. Cast iron retains heat extremely well, so you can use a lower heat setting, which is an easy way to prevent food from sticking to a pot or pan. You can also use some coconut oil spray or olive oil spray or whatever you want to use, and that should prevent it sticking so much. The other one that's best is stainless steel. So the question is stainless steel cookware safe? Along with cast iron, it's considered to be one of the safest of non-toxic cookware options available. So real high-quality stainless steel cookware is the perfect solution for many needs because it can resist dangerous leaching and reactivity. So therefore, it won't leach like aluminum would and go into your food and therefore go into your body. It also won't flake off and end up in your food the way non-stick products can and non-stick pans. And trust me, I know this is kind of a pain in the butt to change all your cookware because I have a bunch of non-stick pans right now I've been using for a while because it's more convenient. You don't have to worry about it sticking as much, but this will be worth it to change over for your health, which is why I'm doing this. So yeah, cast iron, stainless steel. Another couple notes options is glass. Glass cookware is non-toxic, environmentally friendly, and durable. And you can also, believe it or not, use copper, which is safer than other conventional options. So the risk of using 100% copper cookware is that it could lead to an overconsumption of copper. Instead, to be safe on that note, choose copper cookware that is copper on the outside, which is great for conducting heat, but non-reactive stainless steel on the inside, so you get the best of both materials. So just to sum it up, guys, for sleep, go find a YouTube deep sleep meditation on YouTube. Have some magnesium daily and before bed. That should help immensely. GABA as well. And then the best cookware to use is not the non-stick stuff, I wish it was, but cast iron, stainless steel, glass, or a copper pan with a stainless steel inside. So that's to sum it up for you. Those are 2 changes you can make in your health today in which you can implement right away. So those are the major topics for today. For those of you who want an update on the crap in my basement, that I originally thought was dog pee or whatever, it's actually going really well at the moment. It is the cleanup has been way better than we thought it would be. Okay, for those of you who didn't hear the last 2 episodes, we had a sewage backup in the basement here at the house, and it's been a nightmare. But then again, it really hasn't been the worst as I thought it would be. And insurance wasn't going to cover a darn thing at first, and now they've decided that they're going to cover the items lost in the house, but not, the actual house damage. So At this point, cool. I'm glad they're covering something. In other news, for those of you who haven't realized, I did a breakup episode a few weeks back. I've been single for, I've lost track, a couple months now. Long story short, not going to get into that. You can listen to the old podcast if you want to hear that. But what I did want to say is, I've been slowly getting back into the dating world. And, this time around, this is the first time I've had a dog, like in my adult life where I've been dating. So, I decided to bring my dog into the dating world with me. So a few weeks ago, I went on this date, by the ocean, doing a dog walk with this other nice, beautiful young lady who also has a dog. And, we just had a casual conversation, had a good time, really good date. And, apparently my dog just wanted to really go for the home plate on the first date. Like he wanted to, he didn't want to go to first base. He didn't want to go to second base. And he certainly skipped third base. So I had to kind of, pull him back a little bit. I'm like, Sky, it's a first date, buddy. You can't be humping. You can't be jumping on the female on the first date. I have to go and teach him some, I'm going to go and sit down with him later, teach him some dating manners. I don't think he really knows. I guess he didn't interact with too many dogs before I had him. But it's like, bro, you shouldn't be, jumping on him the first date. You got to get to know him, maybe bring a dog bone next time for the young, female. It was actually a half husky and half, I always forget what the other half of the breed was that this girl's dog was. But he was in love with this dog, let me tell you. He was in love with this dog to the point where I couldn't keep him off her. I couldn't keep him off her. So next time around, I'm going to teach him some manners. And we're going to make sure that he is very cordial before the date. Make sure he holds the door for the other dog, for the female dog. Make sure he brings her a treat for a gift or something. And then, I'll make sure that he respects her enough to wait until a later date if they so are compatible. That's about all I got for today, guys. Thank you for joining me on the Health Humor Life podcast with a short, simple health theme. We will see you next week where we're going to have Zion Zeta actually going over some spiritual health topics. All right? Very brief on that. And then eventually she'll talk about her story, her abduction with aliens, her spiritual experiences, etc. We're going to do a lot more of that on here. It's going to go way beyond health. It's going to blow your mind, and it's going to be awesome. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for supporting the Health Humor Life podcast. If you guys want to get a free ebook on, curing or reversing depression, anxiety, acne, etc. Naturally, it's how I was able to help myself. Go to newageholistichealth.com or healthhumorlife.com. It's right there on the homepage. I really appreciate your support, guys. I hope this episode has been helpful as well as entertaining, and I will see you next time on the Health Humor Life podcast.
For show notes, blogs, and free guides on physical, mental, and spiritual health topics, visit fitnutrickcommit.com.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you listening to the show. I'd love to connect with you more on social media, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetFitMusic and on Facebook in our Forever Free Facebook community. That can be found at facebook.com/groups/short-simple-health. I'll see you there.
Now it's time to take what you've learned from this episode and take action right now. Subscribe now, leave us a review, and stay tuned next time so we can help you on the Short Simple Health Solutions Podcast.